on 17th October 2012 at 1:45 p.m. This tape was uploaded by YouTube channel Michael D. McGee, allowing us to experience something unsettling that happens quite often in his home.
Okay, it's like the middle of the day. I'm the only person in the house, and just heard some footsteps going up and down the stairs. I've checked all the rooms. There is nobody in. It's been doing it for about 10 minutes. There it is again. Okay.
According to the man, the sound of a person walking up the stairs had caught his ear. On opening the door, the footsteps grew louder.
Hello? Mike?
After the chilling chase back inside the room, he soon started to hear a sound coming from the bathroom. And on searching the house, he realized he was alone. Not much happened afterwards, but the calm doesn't erase the fact that something was walking on those stairs. Would you keep filming or leave the house immediately? Case number 9, the shadow at the counter. In this tape, the store worker explained about a mysterious figure that has been haunting the store in the absence of workers. He even locked the doors to prove that it wasn't an external figure. Let's see what happened next. He had set the camera from the back, and just as he walked out of the frame, a shadowy figure walked right past. When the worker goes to check, it turns out that no one was there, just the worker and whatever doesn't need doors to get in.
Nos encontramos aquí en mi trabajo. Al fondo se observa una cámara de refrigeración donde parte de la tarde se han estado abriendo y cerrando solita las puertas. Hay momentos que se calma, pero de repente empiezan otra vez a abrirse y cerrarse. Me voy a mover para allá para ver de cerca a ver qué pasa. Nos vamos acercando a la cámara. Jorgito. Jorgito es uno de mis compañeros de aquí de trabajo. ¿Qué pasó, hijo? ¿Qué se cayó? Vean, vean, vean. Vean. Ahí ya empezaron a abrir. Vean, observen. Híjole. Vamos a tratar de no acercarnos, Jorgito, porque... Vean cómo se están abriendo las puertas. Vamos a ver de aquel lado. Ahí se ve cómo se están abriendo y cerrando. Toda la tarde ha estado pasando esto, e inclusive ya hay gente que se dio cuenta, clientes. Y híjole, la verdad sí es un poco temeroso. Ya le hablé a mi supervisor para que, vean, ya le hablé a mi supervisor para que viniera a ver esto que está pasando. No me cree, pero digo, quedó de venir, hasta ahorita no ha venido. Y no nos hemos atrevido a ir a la parte de atrás en la cámara porque pues nos da un poco de temor, ¿no? Porque pues esto es algo sobrenatural. Pero vamos, Jorgito, allá atrás a ver qué pasa. Vean. Vamos a ver qué pasa. Vamos a arriesgarnos a ir. Vamos a arriesgarnos porque a ver qué pasa. Esta es la parte de la entrada de la cámara. Vamos a ver qué pasa. O sea, ahora sí que... Digo, no sé si oyeron. Jorgito, ve a ver, hijo. ¿Sí? Veamos qué pasa.
La niña muerta.
Se fue la luz.
Siempre se pasea por las noches y hoy se me quedó mirando.
¡Sal de ahí, espíritu!
Brillan sus ojos.
No mames, brilla los ojos, loco.
Case number 8, the cursed farmhouse. In a 200-year-old farmhouse in Wytheville, Virginia, this woman thought she heard rats making noise in the basement. At first, she made the video only to show her husband, who was away at the time, but she soon regretted that decision. Suddenly, she heard a loud bang at the door, one that was way too strong and loud for it to be just rats. Out of fear, she posted an update on how she decided to guard the basement door.
Back in the basement again. All right. A lot of you are asking, about on the steps.
What caused the noise?
Right, y'all. Back in the basement. My husband's not home yet, but I figured we'll get this door open, see what we're working with. Come on. So these are the steps that lead out. I don't know what that is, but if you look, it's been sealed from the inside and the outside. So I don't know. We're just gonna close this back up, and I'll take a second and show you guys the rest of the basement too. So let's get this. Anyway, rest of the basement's more normal. You see, this is our other old creepy door, but it looks a little bit more normal. There's our furnace. There is just the back of the basement. We had a wall here, but we took that down. There's another room back here with some old doors. So, not really much to see back here. Definitely creepy, but...
Case number 7, car phantom. 2 hospital workers were alerted to their car, which was parked outside after hearing a thump sound.
este momento en el microhospital escuchamos un golpe y nos dimos vuelta porque dijimos, bueno, ¿quién está entrando? La cuestión de que no hay nadie atrás nuestro. Y miramos dentro del auto y dijimos, oh, pues el auto... ¿Qué mierda es? Lo peor de todo es que no queremos salir. O sea, no... Un miedo, la puta madre. Lo peor de todo es que se mueve adentro del auto y no hay nadie. O sea, ahora vamos a ir a controlar el auto. Pero parece como si fuese un reflejo. Salimos rápido para que vean que no es mentira. La piel de gallina.
Upon investigation of the report, an eerie figure is clearly seen inside the locked vehicle, staring right at them. At some point, the figure appears to lean to the left, but completely vanishes only to resurface again. It was almost as if it was teasing them.
Mamá, la piel de gallina, hermano. Piel de gallina. Cagazo. Nadie. Nadie. Un montón. Es un montón. Mierda. Y encima nos mira la puta que te parió. No, chabón. No.
Case number 6, the secret of the dark hallway. What was supposed to be a normal night's watch down the hallways for this security guard soon turned into an unforgettable experience. He saw a dark figure walk past just down the hall, and even though he was fast enough to get to it, but by the time he turned the corner, it was gone. Would you finish your shift after that? Got a chilling encounter of your own? Email us your footage for a chance to be featured in a future video. Send your footage to TheAfterHourArchives@gmail.com. Case number 5. The Marionette. This man was recorded playing with a puppet he had bought for his daughter when they accidentally caught something eerie. In case you missed it, let's go back again.
もう一回もう一回聞いたよいしょあそうそう衝撃とかであそうなんだあ別に叩かなくてもいい
Behind the puppet the husband was playing with, just by the edge of the shelf, was a blood-stained woman's face. According to the family, the puppet was purchased at a bazaar that was held that day in the city park. Case number 4. The Campo Grande horrors. Brazilian TikTok creator Leandro Petrichole documented the terrifying events that had been happening in his home. He claims he cannot find a new place due to financial hardship, and as such, has no choice but to remain in the genuinely haunted home.
Mãe? Está aí fora fumando? Ai, tá mexendo na chave. Ai, meu Deus, que isso? Quem tá aí? Tá abrindo a porta, abriu a porta. Que isso?
It began with noises from outside on the night he was home alone. At first, he thought it was his mum who was outside, but after the doors had opened on their own, it became quite unsettling.
Que foi isso agora, cara? Carai, que susto, meu. Que é isso? Meu Deus, que é isso, velho?
The flashlight on the kitchen table suddenly begins flickering. Assuming it wasn't anything serious, he walked up to it, but the flashes became more intense. However, let us see what else happened in the other recordings he made.
Esse barulho aqui é a máquina que tá lavando lá fora, gente. Mas escuta isso daqui, olha isso. Eu resolvi gravar pra vocês mais uma vez. Olha aí. Olha, escuta. Caraca, velho, olha isso. Caiu. Estou achando que eu tô zoando, cara. Eu tô sozinho em casa ainda. Minha mãe não chegou ainda. Aqui não tem ninguém no banheiro. Vou até fechar a porta. Gente, na verdade, vou até deixar acesa a luz do banheiro aqui, gente. Pra vocês verem que não tem ninguém aqui. Deixar acesa a luz. Olha isso, gente. Caiu.
He was sitting quietly in his room when suddenly his kitchen door swung open and utensils started to fall off the shelf. Notice the doll on the wall. Here's where things got worse.
Vira ela pra frente. Vou jogar esse troço fora, vou queimar. Cuidado. Vira ela pra frente.
Ela vira de costas toda vez que arrumava ela pra frente.
Não, vira ela pra frente. Aí. Aí.
Você põe nela.
Como assim?
Eu tô voando.
Sei lá. O trem começou a se mexer do nada. Olha lá.
Eu tô voando aqui.
Olha lá a mão dela. Ui.
Você
Joga
fez?
fora.
Para, amigo, pelo amor de Deus.
Oi.
This time, he wasn't alone. He was with his mother when suddenly, the doll hanging on the wall began to move. Was there some unseen entity in the house? Or could it be another case of possession? Case number 3, the haunting of author Kyle Anthony. A man named Kyle Anthony took it upon himself to document months of strange occurrences in his home, from attic shadows, slamming doors, and voices in the basement, prompting him to question if something might just be living in his walls.
We'll take a peek. We'll just take a peek.
The first time he heard noises coming from the attic, he quickly hit record and went up to find nothing. Even though he was up there and had his flashlight on, you could still hear a sound like someone was running around. During the times when he wasn't paying attention, the attic door would start violently rattling, like someone was desperately trying to get out. In another update, where he tried to verify the cause of the rattling, he captured something you would not believe if it weren't recorded.
I just saw the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. Watch this.
Something humanoid was standing there, just staring right back at him. He suspected a hidden tunnel somewhere beneath the house. Whether he was right or not, nobody knows. Case number 2, hallway horrors. A woman named Rosanna had documented frequent and increasingly violent hauntings that had been happening in her apartment. It began with unexplained noises, but soon escalated into something serious.
Loli. Laisse-moi. Loli. Oui, Loli. Loli.
She had recorded a dark humanoid figure slowly approaching her from the hallway. Even under the light, it was hard to make out a face. In the next clip, things got even worse.
Demain, sous l'abri du Très-Haut, repose à l'abri du Tout-Puissant. Je dis à l'Éternel, mon refuge et ma forteresse, mon Dieu en qui je me confie. Car c'est lui qui te délivre du filet de la peste. L'oiseleur et c'est
It was a formless smoke figure, and it was coming right at her. And in the last recording, nothing could possibly prepare you for what you're about to witness.
Je n'en peux plus. Bon allez, j'appelle les flics. 4h du matin. T'arrives. Elle est dans le noir. Elle est dans le noir. Putain. Je vais péter un câble. Je vais péter un câble. C'est quoi ces yeux? C'est pas ces yeux. Non, 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 non. Non, 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 non. C'est pas ces yeux.
Whatever that thing was, it wasn't a trick of the light. Would you still sleep in that apartment after seeing this? Case number 1, the real haunted house. TikTok creator WinMCPix was woken up in the middle of the night by a loud bang downstairs. But that was not all in the series of horror that was about to transpire that night.
We're dozing off when we're woken up by a loud bang downstairs, and the doorbell rings. Like, it just rang probably like 5 minutes. I went down there, checked the doors, and nobody's at the front door. I'm gonna, seriously, whoever this is, I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. If there it takes, I'll stand out here until somebody shows back up. I don't care, I'll stand here and watch it. Ooh, okay, that's enough. Get that. Holy. Okay, oh my gosh, not this again. Not this again. Oh my God.
It went from an aggressive knocking to ringing the doorbell. And in a bid to get to the bottom of things, he goes out to check, only to find that there was no one there. But the creepy part in all of this is that by opening the door, he definitely let something otherworldly into his home.
Like right now, I'm just sitting here in my living room. We're about to move. We're getting the hell out of here. I'm playing some video games. And like people are saying, oh, how do you know which cabinet's going to open? It's always the same cabinet. Watch. Okay. Oh, hold on. Watch this. This is going to creep you out. There's nobody here. You guys, if you don't believe me, there's nobody in here. Seriously. Holy shit. You guys, seriously, you guys have asked for it.
Some nights later, he captured the entity on camera.
It is right there this time. Hello? Hey, no. No, stay there. Hey. Oh my God. Dude. It's okay. It's okay.
You can see the man's dog violently barking at it, but whatever it was just casually gets up and fades into thin air. In the last update, just before he decided he was moving out, something crazy happened.
Leave. Stop. You gotta go. Shh. Calm down. What are you? Stop. Charlie, come on. I don't even know how to explain what I'm seeing. Holy hell. No, this is crazy. Did you hear this last night? Oh, yeah. It was going last night. Now, did you... Charlie, come here. I guarantee it's going to keep on. It'll do it again.
A hand is seen banging on the door. No body, no limbs, no face, just a pair of hands. What would you do if that happened in your home?
Charlie, come on.
If tonight's archives kept you on edge, make sure to hit subscribe, turn on the bell, and join us for the next upload. Subscribe, turn on notifications. Don't miss the next scare.